Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing an unboxing and a review on the Samsung Odyssey G5 OLED 27-inch gaming monitor. If you guys want to check out all of the specs, I'll link the Amazon link down below in the description. You guys are welcome to check it out. But for now, we're gonna start with the unboxing of this monitor. If you open up the box, first thing you're greeted with is a little bit of a different packaging vibe than usual. So you basically get the monitor first in the box, then you get all of the other accessories, but the monitor is literally the best part, so of course we're gonna start with the accessories you get with this monitor. So if you look further into the box, you can see we do have the power cord and the power brick over here, and of course the display cable. Now unfortunately there is no HDMI cable included, so I'll link a good one in the description as well, so you guys can check it out on Amazon. Over here you can see is a user guide and a bunch of other paperwork. You guys are welcome to pause the video if any of this is helpful for you. But this display cable is display version 1.2, so this should work for this monitor's 1440p by 180Hz on your PC. It also supports G-Sync, so that is very important. And of course this is the rest of your power cable, and this is the power brick, so there is enough cable length for this monitor. If you guys want to put it on a desk or something, there should be more than enough cord for you guys. Then we do have the stand, of course. This is going to be the top part of the stand, and they also did really go all out with the packaging on this monitor. So this is how this one looks. I do not think this is adjustable, guys, unfortunately. I think it just tilts a little bit, so we will get into that a little bit later in the video with the screen test, of course. I actually do like the stand because it doesn't look as big as the previous model, so it will not take up as much space, which is really cool. Then we're gonna get to the moment of truth. We're gonna be doing the unboxing on the Samsung Odyssey G5 OLED, or removing the packaging at least, because now we're done with all the accessories. So if you open this up, you get the standard monitor, but that is where you're wrong, because the quality is literally in the display for the screen. I need to show you guys how to install the stand on this monitor. So first off, get your styrofoam that came with the monitor and the packaging that it came in. This is basically how you're gonna place the monitor face down so you do not accidentally damage your screen while installing the built-in stand that came with this monitor. So first off, we're gonna take the top part over here, and you can see there is two screws at the back. Now that's actually very important. Make sure they are not screwed in, because otherwise the stand won't basically fit into the monitor. So we're basically just loosen them like that and just slide the stand in like so. But now we do need to tighten the screws over here. I'm just going to use a Phillips screwdriver, guys, but we are going to have to tighten this or your stand will literally fall off. So these two screws at the back will just be tightened like so. And then we're going to be moving on to the other part of the stand. Now this is actually going to be the base of the stand, or the bottom part. And as you can see, this is actually a little bit tricky to line up, guys. So pay close attention. You can see at the back of this there is this little hook over here, and there is another hook on the top stand. They're just gonna line that up over there and slide it in. As you can see it at the back. Then you just turn this standard monitor screw. We all know it's on all monitors, but that's basically your stand. This is the power cable and the power brick. So before you actually can use this, you need to plug this other part into the second part, because obviously if you don't, you're not going to be able to power your monitor. So it's very important. Here's the back of the monitor, and I kind of like this design because it's not too much and also not too basic, which goes very well for this vibe. But at the back, you guys will see is your headphone port, your HDMI port, the display port, a USB port, and the power port that you basically will plug the power cable into. And this is the front of the monitor on my desk, guys, but we didn't remove the plastic yet, because I mean that's gonna be the best part. So enjoy this part of the video. This is how it looks without the plastic, and I can already see this panel kind of looks a little bit different than a normal IPS or VA panel, so that is pretty cool. But we're gonna get into the screen test right now. This is without HDR. Now we're gonna turn on HDR on this monitor, and you can see the colors are clearly brighter and everything. A lot of people say, but TOG, HDR sucks on monitors. Well, not true, guys. Not with OLED monitor, because this is literally the difference when you turn on HDR or if you don't turn it on. And I would say turn on HDR on this monitor. It's 100% noticeable and it is way brighter and the colors are way more accurate. Look at this dark scene over here. And then of course we're going to turn on HDR right now and you can see it looks a lot more detailed and the darker scenes is even more darker than it was before. If you press the center button on the monitor, that will be the on or off switch, and then the navigation keys is to enter the menu. Now this is where it gets very interesting, guys, because you do get adaptive sync. You need to turn that on if you want G-Sync enabled. Then of course you get picture mode, and I just have it on original mode, but you guys can basically scroll through all of these and find one that looks better for you or your situation you're gonna use this monitor for. Pretty cool as well. Brightness, I do have this on the maximum brightness. With OLED monitors, you guys know they are not very bright, so I think this monitor maxes out at about 200 nits, which is enough, and it's a OLED, so I mean it's pretty normal. And I'm not gonna basically be using this outdoors anyway. Then we have a bunch of other settings. You guys can just copy my settings on your monitor if you want to. DisplayPort version, make sure this is on 1.2 because that is literally the latest version. And then of course we do have the VRR control. That is basically the virtual variable refresh rate. That is the right word, but you can turn that on for G-Sync as well. But I think it's finally time to test out a game right now. It's gonna be Elden Ring, of course, because we are going to be testing out the dark scenes and the cinematic scenes of this game. Now this is without HDR. All of these scenes you guys are seeing now, but we will be showing you guys HDR scenes right now. And the colors are way more vibrant, way more brighter, and way more realistic. I really like HDR on this monitor. I think it is absolutely perfect, and we're going to move on to Apex Legends now. This will be a more competitive game, guys. This is Apex Legends. You guys know this is the FPS game over here, and we are playing on 180Hz 1440p over here. This is high settings, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's very smooth. If you see enemies, you see them clearly. They are not too dark or hidden somewhere, which is very important for competitive gaming. So I would say the response time on this monitor is also very good. I think it's very low at 0.03 milliseconds, which is insane for a OLED monitor. But I do have to admit the cons of this monitor, and that is a little bit of the stand. I would have liked the stand to be way more adjustable, because you can literally just tilt the stand. Basically the monitor can face a little bit upwards, a little bit downwards. That is literally all it can do, and I really think the stand is a deal breaker. But I mean, you can put on a monitor arm on this monitor later, so that basically solves that problem. So yeah, basically the only problem I have with this monitor is the stand, and of course you do not get built-in speakers, but that was probably just to keep the cost down because it's an OLED panel and you do not want to pay the most expensive price ever for one. And yeah, basically I would say this monitor is totally worth it if you're looking for an OLED monitor. This is actually my first OLED monitor and I am very hyped for it, and I think my work will be way more color accurate now with this OLED monitor. But you guys can check it out down below in the description. I'll drop the Amazon link. But without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys next time. So thank you so much for watching. Peace out.